You know, one of the questions that people ask me quite regularly is, who is God? It's such a great question. I think that question, it's on people's minds today because we live in an especially complex geopolitical time. It's a great question, and when I think about that question, who is God? I don't first think of a definition. I think of a time in history. You know, thousands of years ago, there's this man named Moses, and he sees this unbelievable sight, a burning bush. But the thing is, that bush, although it was on fire, it wasn't completely being consumed by the flames. And so Moses goes, and right there at that bush, he encounters God. He's standing in a place in that time and history, standing on holy ground. And it's there that he encounters God, and he asks the very question, who are you? Who should I say to people that you are? Moses, standing before the God who created him, before the God who knows his name, and before the God who sees the suffering of his people, asks the very question that we often ask. And it's amazing because this response comes from God himself. I am who I am. Isn't that amazing? That response, that name tells us that God was, he is, and he will always be. He's not invented, not one option among many. He simply is the living, the faithful, and the unchanging God. And I love that because if we fast forward in history, we see that Jesus takes those same words on his own lips. Jesus says, I'm the bread of life, the light of the world. I am the good shepherd. There's so many I am statements, 7 of them, if you read the Gospel of John. So it's really cool that when we want to know who God is, we can look to Jesus. In Jesus, the God who spoke from the burning bush has come near to speak to us, to save, and to make himself known. So who is God? He is the great I am. And in Jesus, he is the God who is for you and for all people who would believe. Thank you so much for letting me explore this topic with you.